So, someone in your life is making comment about you, is being weird with you. Maybe they're talking about you. Maybe they went cold. Maybe made one of those comments that was technically fine, but you're still thinking about it 3 days after. And underneath all of this is one feeling that people pleasers know really well, the feeling that somehow their problem with you is your fault. Hi, I'm the optimistic guide. I'm a people pleaser. I'm not a recovered one, but I'm still in it. And this is me talking loud about the stuff I wish someone had just told me. Today, I want to talk about haters, but not the internet haters or strangers. I mean, the people who are actually in your life and have a problem with you, with the version of you that's being real. 5 things I have figured out that I wish someone had just told me plainly. Number one, their problem with you is about something in them. And I know this sounds like something you would read on an internet post or Instagram page, but stay with me. When someone is consistently have a problem with you, like it's a problem, not just a bad day. Had someone in my life who would do this thing every other day. Every time something good was happening for me, there'd be a comment, there would be a tone, there would be slight comment that does not look happy, like just took me a long time to see through it. And once I understand that they were not bothered by what I was doing, they were actually bothered by what I was doing, that they were not letting themselves do. I used to set limits that they don't have set yet, and I sometimes made choices that they were not making, or simple effect of my life that I was happy, genuinely happy in my life. I laugh real or I tease real, just having fun. So those are the things that people really can get insecure about. And when you are happy, they are actually worried that that happiness, they don't have it. And when they realize it, that is not about you or me, that is, it was about them being mean about them. And it's just honestly what happens between people sometimes. So when someone in your life, they starts acting out and you have just started doing better, that is not a sign that something is wrong with you. That is a kind of sign that is right. Maybe your comfort in some situation is their discomfort, and that discomfort is basically data about them. Way number two, if nobody ever be bothered by you, you might be disappearing. For a really long time, I thought the goal was to just not cause any friction, not to be at bad terms with anyone, make other people discomfortable. And why is that? Because I'm a people pleaser. That's what I do. I make other people comfortable and shush my own needs. So for a long time, when I used to people please and I had no idea that I was people pleasing, most of my friends were actually happy with me. I was the smooth one. I was the one they used to come to for advices, for help. Because if no one else is happening, this girl would help them. So there was never a friction that people did not use to unlike me, except few things. I was easy, made everyone comfortable around me. I was good at it. That was my superpower. I had no ambition of my own because I was busy surviving, and people pleasing is a survival mode. And I have started to take it as a skill. It's a superpower. It's just that some people use it against me. But being that easy to be around, have a problem. When I say it has a problem, it means that you end up being easy to overlook too. When you're agreeing with everything, you laugh at everything, you never push at anything, you never put your opinion in the front, you never need anything, people don't meet you there. You start to disappear. Your opinion don't matter because everyone knows that you won't be saying that anyhow. And they meet you at a very even surface. When you do that, when they don't get to know you at the bottom, or when they don't make effort for you, you can go on for years like that. Technically, liked by everyone and genuinely known by almost nobody is nothing that you really want. When I started actually having opinions, real opinions that made people go quiet, people didn't like my opinions, people didn't like the way I was putting front my own voice, they didn't like it. And my first reflex was to walk it back, go back to in my cave, and never speak up again, never be that much disliked ever in my life again. And I would say to myself, I can be wrong. Like, why am I putting my opinion front? I could be wrong. I don't know anything about this topic. And this went on and on and on and on and on and on. But slowly and steadily, I started noticing the people. I started noticing the people I actually respect, the people I can actually learn from. And when I looked at them and when I looked at their habits and their way of putting opinion front, I could see that they are not even liked by everyone either. I love Taylor Swift, but there are still haters. I love BTS, but they still are haters. So in order to become something, it's okay to not to be liked. And I had really hard time understanding that and making my nervous system get used to it. Somebody always got a problem with someone. And it's not just you. Just because you're a people pleaser, you're highly sensitive to the rejection, to putting forward your opinion. And that is not a coincidence. The more real you are, the more people will genuinely connect with you, and more people who just don't vibe with you. And it's the deal. It's the full package deal. Being hated on a little means you're actually showing up, you're actually visible, you are present enough to have an effect on other people. That is different from being invisible and calling it peace. Way number 3, to actually find out what you are made of. You're made of steel. So this took me longest to get. When someone treats you badly, especially someone you give a lot to, and by giving I just don't mean money or things, I mean your time, your effort, your values, and your overall emotional investment was into them, the people pleaser brain goes straight to, what did I do? How do I fix this? How do I get back to being okay with them? And trust me, I did it for years. I had these full mental replays, full mental breakdowns. I apologized for things that were not mine. I apologized for basically everything and be there for them all the time. Anything I did to get back to that place that they start to get being okay with me. In this process, in this overall process of being able to be so recognized and being loved by them, what I didn't realize was that I was the one who was suffering. When I learned nothing about myself, I was learning literally nothing about myself. I was just learning to how to keep managing other people's feeling. And again, when I say managing, it means that someone walks to you, or someone or some person you're living with have a bad day. At the same time, you are also having a bad day. But you go out of your way to make them feel okay for their day. You are the one who needs rest too, right? So why are you putting all your effort in them or making sure you smile when other people see you? Why do you do that? Why? The actual growth, when it happened to me, was the moment that when I realized that I am having a bad day too and I need to take care of myself. I sat with someone and they were unhappy and I didn't put any effort to make them happy. That's when things started moving for me. I didn't just fix it, I just sat with it. I sat, not just worry about what they're thinking or what they want to do or make them happy in general. And in that discomfort, I felt discomfort, I must tell you that. I was panicking, but I was trying to shush my nervous system that, okay, you don't control me, I control you. And in that discomfort, I noticed things. And I actually have a line that there are things that I won't keep doing just to keep someone comfortable. I didn't knew that before because I'd never let myself get to the point of finding out. And I found out that I am someone who would rather lose a relationship being honest than to keep being myself that I don't recognize or love or recognize. I want to be loved as well, right? But I cannot just always be present for everyone. And I also find out that I was just a conflict averse. So this is the genuine part. The people who push back on you, who give you the hard time, who don't make it easy, they are the kind of people who are forcing you to figure out where you actually stand. And it's not fun when they do that, it's really not. But you come out on the other side of the tunnel, you become more version of yourself that you recognize more and you love more than the one you went in with. Other people's discomfort can be a learning opportunity, and it can literally make you stand on your 2 feet. So if you think like that, probably you will be able to love what other people think about you. Or if they're hating you, there must be something in for you, okay? 4, it shows you the addiction. It really shows you the addiction. I want to be upfront with it. So it's a little bit of uncomfortable when people pleasers are kind of hooked for approval. And I don't mean that as an insult to anyone, including myself. I really just mean it like it's function like an addiction. At some point, probably early in your life, someone's approval, and by someone I mean your friends, your family, your siblings, or anyone who you used to look up to, it meant very safe. It meant really important to you. And when that approval used to come, you felt safe, and it meant for you that you were loved and that things were okay. So what did you do? You got good at that, at reading what people needed and giving it to them before even asking, making sure things are done in right order so they come to you and they give you approval. When you got addicted to the approval. You got really good at adjusting yourself. You know how we adjust ourselves in pictures? We adjust hue, we adjust saturation, we adjust brightness. That's what you did with other people's emotions. You adjusted yourself so much into softening your tone in like you. And it's not in most of the ways that you might think. It happens in slow ways. So when you become softer for other people in small areas where you don't even know you're softening, that's where the people pleasing come from. It has been enrooted in you for so long that you forgot to see yourself, you don't even recognize yourself, and it has become a kind of a common reflex for you that just comes out of nowhere. So why don't you question it? Because everyone around you, they stay happy with. It's only when someone is not happy with you, it turns out that you are adjusting yourself, or you have been adjusting yourself. When someone straight up don't like you, then when your withdrawal kicks in, and that is just plain anxiety, that loop in your head that keep on going on, and this anxiety make you overshare yourself. You rather just apologize or than to deal with the problem. The only way to actually loosen that hook is to go through the discomfort. Every time someone is unhappy with you, you don't have to collapse. Trust me, your nervous system learns something new every time you go through something big. It learns that you are okay even when they're not okay with you. And it's never going to be simple. It is, but haters, people who are not just going to be okay with you no matter what you do, they actually speed that process up because they act like a catalyst that was never there to begin with. Okay, this person does not like me and I'm still here. Way number 5 means you have stopped performing. When someone who was previously fine with you and they are suddenly not, the most useful question is just what changed. And honestly, the honest answer is you did. I did. You stop agreeing basically. And if something does not sit right with you, you say no to it. You are not available anymore. And basically, you have stopped performing on a stage that was never yours to begin with. People pleasers, they literally perform. You were never just there sitting in the audience and looking at other people, but you were actually on the stage dancing to their songs. And I do not mean that in shady way because I used to do that. And I mean, we learn we have to be the version of ourselves that is mostly designed to be easy for other people to be around. When you live for something for 30, 20 years, it becomes an involuntary action. And when you stop, you have to change for the fight. Some people will feel it, heck, you will feel it, you, and at the same time you will feel a little bit hit of that dopamine in your head when you finally say no, or when you finally put your opinion first. And some of them, they literally push back. When I first started looking people in their eyes, oh my god, that was really difficult. When I looked the first time people in the eye, and I realized I have to look them in the eye in order to talk and get my confidence back, because I was living at the lower level of vibrational chart in shame and guilt. I literally was shaking. But slowly and steadily with practice, it came to me. I started speaking up. I started keep on looking people in the eye, and people hated that. Trust me, people who were used to me being shy away or put my eyes when they started looking at me, they were terrified, or maybe they were not okay at the time being. Because what I was doing earlier was working for them, and your availability and your soothingness was giving them something. When they finally lose that access to you, they can feel something shifting. You can feel something shifted. So they sometimes act out as well. You can love being hated on. You can keep on walking the same path that you are making for yourself slowly and steadily. And yes, it might look like rubble right now, but once you keep on walking that path, it will smooth out. And the first time that it happens, it might feel terrible. It might feel like you broke something again. But what actually happened is you got honest and is safe to walk on your new path. I'll be real, honestly, it will cost you some people. It cost me many people. And that's true that some of you were only comfortable with the performance. They're going to leave, or it's going to get difficult. But the one who stays when you're actually yourself, you can trust those people. You actually know they like you, not some version that was pleasing or performing or was injected with addiction constantly. So yeah, when someone got a problem with the real you, it means the real you actually showed up. So those are the 5 points that I think that you can think about, and you can love being hated on. Trust me, their problem is usually about them. Being disliked a little means you are present. The hard moments show you who you are. The discomfort breaks the loop that you were always in, which is the approval loop. And the people who pull away when things got real, that's your performance ending. That's you being done on that stage, and you can get off. You don't have to stay there anymore. And none of these things that I have said makes it not hurt. It still will hurt you, and you're someone as a people pleaser who will feel things. And I don't say that out of healing, but I know it will heal in some time. And the pain that you will feel in the start will not go away, as it should not. But there is a difference between feeling it and being controlled by it. And when you stop being controlled, that is actually the shift that I am after. And I am still working on it, and I will still make videos on it, because I have a hope that we can be better. And probably we will do that for the timing, and it will take time to actually break the loops of your life. And if any of these landed on you, drop a comment that when was the last time you were actually being hated on being real, and think that it's good to talk about it, then think. And if you're new, this channel is basically me working through all the patterns I have spent years not noticing in myself. People pleasing, that inner voice that I was ignoring, and that's what we're here for, right? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next one.